Welcome to this session of Go Ask Debbie, Microsoft Excel Cell Referencing. For this example, let's add a commission formula. The formula is equals B2, which is the revenue, times 0.06, which is based on a 6% commission. Next, let's copy the formula for all of the rows. To copy the formula, move your mouse to the lower right-hand corner of the cell. Your mouse will turn into a black plus sign. Now, click and drag your mouse to scroll down and copy the formula. Now let's say we've decided to change the commission to 7%. Do so by changing the 0.06 to 0.07. In order to change the percentage for every single person, we would have to move down each row, press the F2 key to edit the cell, and then change each cell's 0.06 to 0.07. Again, for each row of data, we would have to continue pressing the F2 and changing the formula to 0.07. You may also use the click and drag method as we did prior in this training. However, imagine you have a list of thousands of names. It would be very time-consuming. Now let's redo the formula using absolute cell referencing, which means we want the commission percentage to always remain as cell E2. While typing the formula and your cursor is on E2, press the F4 key to lock the cell reference. This is called absolute cell reference. Once you have pressed the F4 key, notice the E2 now has dollar signs around it. This is the locking or absolute cell reference. Now let's click and drag to copy the formula down the rows, and notice the E2 will always remain E2. Now when we change the commission percentage in cell E2, it will affect all of the cells with the formula. Let's review this again. Type the formula equals B2 times E2 and press enter. Then you may use the click and drag method to copy the formula to all of the cells. Notice rows 3 and down. These are now blank because there is nothing in E3, E4, E5, or further. Now that we have copied the formula down and not used the absolute cell reference, the formula has changed to equals E3. This is called relative cell reference. This is the default for Excel, as when you copy formulas down, Excel expects that you're going to multiply each row by something else in the same row. As you look at each row's formula, notice E3 is now changed to E4. The next will be E5, and etc. Again, this is called relative cell referencing. Notice again, if we change cell E2, the commission percentage, only row 2 will be affected. So now let's review again and change the formula back to absolute cell referencing. We will do so by pressing the F4 key with the cursor in place of the E2. Now let's copy the formula. You may do so by using the click and drag method. You may look at each cell to see that the E2 has remained E2. Again, we locked the cell using the dollar signs by pressing the F4 key. Now, when we change the commission percentage in cell E2, you will notice that each cell in column C has now been affected, making things much faster. Again, in this training, we have shown you both relative and absolute cell referencing. There is a time and a place for both. However, you can see that absolute cell referencing can definitely be a time saver. Unfortunately, not many people know about it. Thanks again for taking this session of Go Ask Debbie, Microsoft Excel Cell References.